What happens in 1987 then is kind of relevant because it is, rather appropriately, a British defense contractor. His name was Douglas Lease, okay? So someone who contracts weapons and technology to a nation's military. It was him, Douglas, who recommended Jeffrey Epstein as a genius with no morals to Stephen Hoffenberg. Stephen Hoffenberg was the CEO of a financial company called Towers Financial Corporation, okay? So we should just acknowledge right now, make it clear that before we get into what happens with Towers Financial Corporation, what Ari Minaj told us is obviously true. I'm just trying to help out this administration, by the way, because they're saying they don't know whether or not Jeffrey Epstein was tied to another government. They have no idea if he was working for another government's secret service. They have no idea if he had ties to intelligence services elsewhere. This is the answer. If I can do this from my house, I feel like maybe the feds could do this. Maybe start with Ari Minaj, who's on record saying that. Maybe start with these other people who are telling you how they're connected. Start with Bronfman, look into that whole thing. I'm just trying to help out the United States government here. Anyways, this confirms that what Ari Minaj said was true, that Robert Maxwell got Jeffrey Epstein involved in weapons. And Vicky Ward, by the way, who is a journalist, reported also that Epstein had operated on behalf of the Saudi arms dealer, Adnan Khashoggi. Now, if you're remembering the whole Khashoggi thing, you're like, oh, I remember that name, Jamal Khashoggi. It was like the quote unquote journalist that did not, brutally was murdered. He was a quote unquote, just a Washington Post columnist, Jamal Khashoggi. No, he was not. He was not just a Washington Post columnist. His uncle, Adnan, and this is according to the U.S. Defense Intelligence Report, was cited as one of the largest drug exporters from Colombia in the 1980s and the 1990s. And also Viktor Ostrovsky, we mentioned him yesterday. He is the guy that defected from the Mossad. He also claimed in his book that Adnan's loyalty, however, was not to Saudi Arabia, but was actually to the Mossad. He was apparently a long-time recruit of the Israeli Secret Service. Okay,